What's up, Dragon Ball fam? It's your boy Eddie Hilaire here today at Too Many Games PP Pro Play Tour, and I'm here with who?
Phillip Pena.
And what did you just do today?
I got first place after Swiss and first place. I won the tournament actually. Yeah.
And what deck?
Golden Frieza, set 1 Golden Frieza.
Oof, let's get into it, man.
So I'm not gonna explain the cards because everybody knows it does. Leader's kind of cool. The floodgates are crazy against it, but what are you gonna do?
Yep.
Generic. 4, and I do play the 1 Frieza. I think this card needs to be explained only because there are some times where you don't draw too many of these and you get stuck behind your turn 3 for the double pop effect. You get stuck behind it, so you just bring this card out and you pop it, and then it lets you play Robotic Riposte, which is your backside flip on turn 3, so that you can still do the Gohan unison play, because that's the strongest play you can do on turn 3. So that's what my deck focused on, is that play, and this card facilitates it. So you'll see the deck looks like kind of all unison stuff. 4 Roshis, you still need a Self Awakener. I mean, I always keep at least 2 of these in my deck, even against other decks that attack, only because they can stuff you on attack sometimes. But yeah, mandatory 4 2 golden, 2 coolers, probably one of the worst cards in the deck, to be honest, but it's a yellow deck, so you gotta play like an SCR. You can bump this down to 1. I felt myself charging it even when I only had 1 in my hand, only because you're so board centric, and the Gohan clears up a lot of board, and a lot of your extra deck kills a lot of board, so I could see this not even in the main deck, to be honest, but it might be crazy. 4 Robotic Riposte, and 3 Vegetos. This could be the 4th one. I used to side the 4th one because like there's a lot of matches where you want another one of this just to have the floodgate effect. But you know, with yellow being popular and with green being so good, you don't want just random bodies left around. So I figured I'd cut the 1 to put more cards. I was nice and lucky enough to get Sin Senron. This card is cracked. It lets you attack, lets you defend. Yeah, there's not much to say. I don't know if I play 4 because the pending auto still works. Which is really weird on 2 mana, but the fact that you can attack and like they floodgate your battle cards and you get to restand and just have a blocker because of that seems really excellent. So yeah, my SCR is Golden Cooler, so I play the 4 super combos, 2 Friezas, Divine Transformation. This card's really silly, but there's a lot of decks that actually negate effects and get around this card, and also the minus effects. I mean, red is less prevalent, but like yellow has the Dynamic Duo, and green has some outs to this as well. Pure was a Petrification, and black to deal with it. So this card should be in the board for the blue decks, really. But I side 1 out like almost every game, but it's a cool card, and I really like it. So Secret Identity. This is really just to clean up boards. Stops the 1 mana floodgates, so that's what I play.
How'd you like him at too? You felt like you saw him when you need him, or like
you know what's funny? I always side 1 out.
You side 1 out?
Yeah.
Oh snap!
Because my sideboard was doing so much work today.
Yeah.
Like I'll show you when I get over the sideboard. It was crazy.
All
so
right.
I sided 1 out. But I always had it, and the thing is, it sits dead in your hand. A lot of times throughout the day, I was flooded, and so I can't even attack with it. But I would just play it to wipe a board to get rid of the floodgates for my next turn. So that's really what it is. It's just a floodgate killer. I could see having just 1 unison because, like I said, the way I play my deck is so unison focused that you want your graveyard full of unisons so that you can just clear the board every turn and apply max pressure. And the unisons get through the floodgates, so really important about that. 1 Majin Buu, this card's so cool, I think. It can finish unisons off in like yellow mirrors or versus green. It's 8 cost is really important. And then like it's just aggression. It's a one slot card that just adds a lot of aggression. You can charge it, there's no fear of charging it. Sometimes the 1K combo comes up because you untap energy and have extra stuff, but really strong there. Golden Cooler is my SCR, card's cracked. And then I play a suite of 4 little ones and 4 big ones. I think it's important that like you shouldn't really charge these unless you have, you know, your hand is way too crazy. That you have to charge them, but they all are so strong because you get to just load your graveyard full of these, and even these. Like you can put 1 under, get the double attack, sack it again, because you have 4. You don't have to worry about like charging 1 and then only having 2 to work with late game. So, and like I said, the main point of this deck is to just unison spam attack. So SCR, but every deck has deflect realistically. This is for the Golden Color SCR and nothing else apparently, because every deck has deflect. This card is an actual SCR, this card's crazy. 4 Frieza's Call to get the guys. Forbidden Power. I feel like no one's really playing this card, and they need to. It helps you deal with the floodgates while staying defensive, so you don't take the damage. Sometimes they're able to put you at 4 life while they have floodgates up, and you can't even use Golden Cooler's effect, Golden Friezas. So this lets you tap it down. Also against like go wide decks like Majin Vegeta and like Pan and stuff like that, you can really stymie their turn by limiting the amount of attacks. This way you don't have to deal with all the pressure. So, and also another extra card's good. I only main deck 2 T-Blow. I mean, best of 1 format, you know, your side deck is pretty much your main deck.
Yep.
But you do need some of them in your main deck for top cut if you ever play against other decks. And the cards that's really strong is yellow and blue. Green not so much, always came out, but yeah, pretty strong card regardless. And then I don't like Time Magic. I really like this card because a lot of guys have double strikes. Blue has double strikes, yellow has double strikes in Majin Vegeta. Green has a bunch of double strikes.
Yeah.
So leaving you at 5 is like what every deck likes to do because you will have to self-awaken yourself. So this is another way to help you do it. Also, it's like really strong versus non-green decks with just having pay 2 mana for the attack because you reset at 2 mana and then blocking. So pretty strong there.
Yes, sir.
And then one final flash, you got to keep them honest. If there's ever open deck lists, you know, people get worried. I usually charge this card. It's really good, but I usually charge it just so that, you know, once they charge it, they think you have a second one at all times.
respect it, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to respect it. So that's the main deck. I think it's 55. There's a real fear of decking out with the deck, so you have to play a bigger number than most.
How close did you get to decking out today? Not at all, or?
No. But like almost every other card, the deck says draw cards, so it's like really, like the early game is crazy, but for the Z deck, it's pretty stock. This is to help you awaken.
Yep.
This card is probably like the second best card in the Z deck, or maybe in the first best card. Sometimes when you push with the Unisons, because their floodgates are battle eccentric, you get to draw like 2-3 cards on this. So on your 4 or 5 minute turns, you just crack this. You sack a Gohan, you tick it down, attack with the Gohans, and then sack another Gohan and tick it down, attack again, and you just get hella attacks. So this is for pressure. I used to play the Pan engine with this. Not very good. Don't try it. It's not good.
You gotta swap that out for the dual attack Goku, man. It's the same thing but better.
Oolong, it's just a finished games. Rarely comes up nowadays because there's not a lot of big beaters on the board, and you mostly clear the board with your Unisons. But it's just there for like 1 extra attack for 1 mana. I play 2 of the guys who can kill things. Cool thing is it can kill face-up guys, like standing guys, not rested, which is really important because sometimes your deck has a problem with it. That's why there's 2 of that. And 1 Evolve Goku. I love this card, but you really never summon it. Every other card in the extra deck is way better to summon. The little guys also can stand in for Vegeta, Vegito, to let you turn off the strikes. And while he does that too, it's just too much mana to do that. So, yeah, that's the extra. And now, I guess the best part of my deck, I felt like I had really no issues because the side. I didn't drop a single game because the side. So, 1 Tyrannical Blow. Obviously, same thing about the main deck. There's some decks that you need more copies, yellow and blue specifically, and this card does it. Black Smoke. There's not really a lot of decks that play Unisons. Sometimes you get a green player that does. Today I played a 21 player who played Hit. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it in because it's 21. But against other yellow decks, it's really, really strong because you get to kill the guys who are standing up, which is really important. Like Majin Vegeta, you get to get rid of their pieces. In the Golden Frieza mirror, if they leave the 1 mana Unison, you get to warp it, which is really important for the graveyard. And you get to warp their 1-drops, which is really important because they can't. If they ever leave them hanging or floating, they won't be able to untap with them. So really strong there. Probably like the MVP of my side has been Borgos. This card just checks the floodgates because they can play the floodgates early, and you can leave your mana open from Golden Frieza. You can tap down the floodgates, and then you get to attack them because it's 4K because they trade with them, and you have a leader swing. So say they combo here, they discard a card, your leader swing, they'll never defend. So you're not swinging your leader anyway, so you're not missing any tempo. And this card is really strong. The 1 mana like floodgates deals with that. Someone played Black Mass Saiyan, did the same thing. You can even use this card as a combo to fuel the Vegito early game. And it makes your leader swing 15, which is even harder to protect their 5K floodgates or whatever the case may be. Also against other decks that have 4 mana cards, this is really, really strong, like Majin Vegeta and other cards like that. This came in every game, and it was probably why I won most of the games. So, there's that. 2 Time Magic. I felt like against green you need hard negates, not the soft negates like Forbidden Power and like Mecha Frieza. So it's just more hard negates because the Goku can crit you out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you're like, how do I win? Because that card's like an SCR and crack. So just more hard negates for that matchup specifically. 2 the boards for that matchup specifically too. They have a lot of incidental like card destruction in your hand, and you're able to, if you time your negates well, especially with like Time Magic because it's a free negate, you can actually keep your mana open to make sure you play this. And the cool thing against that doubles down in this deck, against that deck specifically, is that they have the extra card that negates 15k summons. So if they make you discard early in the turn, you can play this, they'll use it, and then your robotic repulse will stick, right? And vice versa. So really good traits there. Against Android 21, you don't want the Atria up to ever untap because you can't win the game once that happens. So there's that. And then the worst cards on my side, Gohan Videl. Throughout the tournament, I just found out that Borgos is strictly better than this card, and this card should just be another Borgos. They're dead in your hand, you can't charge them. I'm going to throw them away, actually. And one deck blaster, in case I played any like blue ramp decks or anything like that, or anything that doesn't have deflect, this is another Cobalt. Yep.
Any changes you would make?
Yes, the Gohan Videl, probably should throw them in the nearest trash can.
What would be those two?
One Borgos, and then probably another Deborah, because that play where they have the green option card comes up so much because they hold it for Mecha Frieza. Everybody's expecting Mecha Frieza and Vegito. So you can just get them on this because they're like, oh, I don't want you to draw 2 cards, and then you reverse them, and they're like...
He's referring to Focus Breakthrough for those.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I don't know.
Oh, you're good. Because they're not... What card is it? It's Focus Breakthrough, one drop for green counterplay.
Yeah, exactly. So if they play on this, then your boss lives, and then they got no more attacks because they don't have incidental creatures, or you get to draw extra cards from letting them discard you, and your opponent negated the attack you needed anyway. So probably another one of those. But other than that, the deck was great. Didn't drop a game.
All right, man. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to the BG boys. It's always a BG, not GG. Shout out to all the locals, Joey, Matt, Nori. Shout out to More Man Gaming. Shout out to Vinny, Silver Guy. That guy's good. And shout out to Two Meets Two Sides. Everybody at home, you already know.
You're gonna be going to that event in what's that thing called? Christopher Esposito's event coming up?
Yeah, actually I was at the last one. I topped the last one too. That was a lot
That
of fun.
one's insane. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna bring some boys up there, man. It's gonna be a competition up there, man.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
All right, so make sure y'all check that event out, man. I think he's gonna add at 21. He said.
Yeah. So last time he added
So it's gonna be first place.
and you got the collector at
Gets
SCR,
the ghost.
Right?
Second place gets the cooler. Third place, bro, guys.
His tournaments are juice, guys. If you ever want to go out, was it Illustrious, right?
I think
Illustrious Gaming. Their tournaments are so good. We were there. They treat you like family, even if they don't know you.
What is it called? What is this short called? I forgot. I don't think it's Illustrious. It's something Coliseum.
Oh, Collector's Emporium.
Collector's Emporium, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Collector's
They treat you
Emporium,
like
that's what it is.
family out
Collector's
there. It was
Emporium.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's real laid back. It's for the players, by the players. I've only been there once, and I'm talking great things about it.
I'm going to be there I think it's in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to be there. I'm bring some of the boys up there, man. That event is going to be lit.
Yeah.
But congratulations on the win, man.
You so
and
much.
we hope to see you again in, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, thank you so much.